Okay, guys, we're back. And last night, the wife and I watched a movie called Deep Water that is on Hulu. This was a murder mystery, seduction, uh, 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 really wild film. It starred Ben Affleck and Anna de Armas, who was also just in, I just saw her in No Time to Die, the James Bond movie. She was fantastic. She stole every scene she was in with the action, with the guns, and all that kind of stuff. Perfect, perfect casting. But back to Deep Water. This movie was very much like Gone Girl, except the roles were reversed. Where instead of the wife being it's like, spoiler alert. I'll just say that right now. So let me just read what it says out there. It says out there in the internet there. A well-to-do husband allows his wife to have affairs in order to avoid a divorce, becoming the prime suspect in the disappearance of her lovers. So, all the friends invite this couple over to their pool parties and things like that, and they're watching the wife blatantly kiss and make out with dudes at the party, and Ben Affleck's just sitting back taking it because he just shrugs it off because he loves his wife. He doesn't want a divorce, and so she's constantly cheating on him. Now, one of her first little flings disappears, and they can't find the body. And so there's this joke that Ben Affleck throws out saying, "Well, to the next lover, well, I killed him. I hit him with a hammer, and it freaks the guy out, and he tries to get away, and ends up leaving town, and then another guy comes in town also. But anyway, they find out that the first guy that disappeared was murdered by somebody. He was shot, and they found the killer, and it wasn't Ben Affleck. But because he had told that joke at a party, and it kind of went viral through all the neighborhoods and friends, they all assumed he was the killer. And so, anyway, long story short, the movie's really, really wild. They called it an erotic thriller, and there's a little bit of kind of sensual, sexy stuff in there, but nothing like, when the movie was first being, it was supposed to go into theaters, and then they pulled it from theaters, and then Hulu bought it, and all this kind of stuff. It was supposed to be touted as this really, I guess it was because Ben Affleck and Anna were like having a fling at the time. So there was a lot of push behind it, and then they kind of broke it off, and then they didn't want to do the press junket together because they had just broken it off, and they kind of blamed it on COVID. Anyway, long story short, it ended up on Hulu. Is 20th Century Fox was the one of the production companies, along with Entertainment One. It was directed by Adrian Lin. It's got a 37% on Rotten Tomatoes, but and a 5.4 out of 10 on IMDb. It was a really good movie. There's something about Rotten Tomatoes lately that I just feel like it's flooded with nothing but people who are Gen Z, like the youngest of the young, and they're more into Spider-Man No Way Home or the new emo Batman, and they don't give movies like this their credit or their due. I highly recommend this movie. I thought it was great. Like I said, some other notable mentions in the cast here. Let's see. Lil Ray Howery was in it. He did a fantastic job. Dash Myhawk was in it. I had just seen him recently in, what was the name of that? Law and Order. Organized Crime, the new one with what's his name, Stabler, that returned. He was in it. It was really good. Now there was this other guy, Brandon Miller. Now God bless him. He seems like he's probably a really good guy in real life, but somebody told him somewhere along the line that he either sounded or looked like Brad Pitt, and he ran with it because the way he talked as his character in this movie, he almost was imitating or impersonating Brad Pitt. And it was so obvious, and I cringed every time he talked. I was like, did somebody tell him to act like Brad Pitt? Why is he acting like Brad Pitt? And you'll understand because of the way his speech pattern is and everything when you watch it. Now I've tainted you because I've told you that he sounds like Brad Pitt. Again, it was an all-star cast. And anyway, so yeah, it was Ben Affleck. Anna de Armas was fantastic. And so there you go. That's like the gist of the movie. Lots of twists and turns. You think he's going to get caught on these murders or being accused of murder every other turn. And then in the end is much like Gone Girl, where, you'll have to watch it. Okay. But it's fun. It's a fun movie. I would not believe any of the negative hype on it, on lines in the reviews. If you liked Gone Girl, you'll like this movie. Deep Water. Let's talk about it in the comment section, and we'll see you on the next one.